I've been invited to speak at the annual Freed Hardeman University lectureships. They've asked me to answer the question, how can we be faithful to Christ, true to Christ, and relevant to the culture? First of all, I think it's important to understand that we shouldn't buy into the false dichotomy that we have to choose one or the other, that we either have to be true to Christ or relevant to the culture. The only way to be relevant to the culture is by being true to the Lordship of Jesus Christ in our lives. I hope to address three important ideas in that class. First of all, we have to be right. And when I say right, I mean we have to be biblical in everything we say, everything we preach, and everything we practice. Being wrong never helped anybody. Being wrong about God, Jesus, the Bible, the church. Being wrong about modern moral issues, gender roles, how we worship God acceptably. Being wrong never helped anybody. We've got to tell people the truth. The only way to be relevant is by being biblical. We've got to build our faith on the solid foundation of the truth that God has given us in His inspired word. We've got to be right. We've got to be nice. As we speak the truth, we've got to do it in love. As we give a defense of the hope that is in us, we've got to do it with gentleness and respect. We're going to preach the word. We're going to do it with great patience and careful instruction. We got to be nice. Just because we're right doesn't mean we're allowed to be rude. We got to be kind and compassionate, patient, understanding. We got to be fearless. We got to be courageous. If you're going to impact the culture that really knows very little about God, has little regard for the truth of His word, you got to have some guts. You got to be able to stand up for what you believe and who God has called you to be in a world that's not all that friendly to our faith. How are we going to be true to Jesus? How are we going to be relevant to the culture? You got to be faithful. You've got to be friendly. You've got to be fearless.